So I think that will be us live now, which is perfect. Okay. Okay, so today's session is going to be all about self-care. So I always like to set a bit of an intention as we start kind of the meditation sessions, just to keep in mind and also for you to take into your day, week, month ahead as well. I always think the more that we can be intentional about things, the more that it can really help us in how we feel and how we want to show up and how we want to be as well. And meditation is a great tool to help us to be more intentional over it all. So I talk about self-care, I talk about looking after yourself a lot, because I do believe that, and I believe what I've put up here on the screen, that self-care is the most selfless act of all, because if we look after ourselves, we're able to support and show up better for the people around us. I think so often people are so busy running around supporting everybody in family, supporting friends, supporting colleagues, that sometimes you forget about yourself and you put yourself to the bottom of that list. But even if you take this half an hour as you are today, it can make such a huge difference to your how you feel overall, but also it has a ripple effect in relationships and how well you're achieving in certain things as well. So to start with that self-care is so important. I can see a few more people join in, so welcome to the session. I can see one comment up there in the chat box. Hi Mum, welcome to the session. Great to have you here as always. Okay, so in the meditations, I'll guide you through all of the meditations today. I'll talk to you about different postures that you might want to adopt through the meditations. Completely up to yourself. I can't see you, nobody else can see you on the screen. So hopefully, again, you can enjoy that lying down posture, that seated posture, whatever works well for you. The key is to always have the spine elongated, whatever position that we're in, and where possible, opening this kind of heart centre to help, again, the nice deep breaths that we will be taking throughout the session. So welcome to everyone who has joined us today. Really looking forward to taking you through some of these meditations. So without further ado, I will go off screen and I will just guide you through the meditations as well. So this time is all for you. It really is for that self-care, and thank you for taking the time. So I want you to just begin by gently closing your eyes and becoming aware of your breath. We're going to do a meditation using our hands. So whilst I ask you to close your eyes, it can also work if your eyes are open too. So whatever feels comfortable for you today. I think the interesting thing about meditation is that many people think, oh, I'm not good at meditating, or oh, my head's so busy that I find meditation really challenging. And even people that are used to practicing meditation, that's the whole thing about it being a practice, can find it challenging. But the great news with meditation is that there's no success, there's no failure, there's just the act itself. And even if it doesn't feel peaceful at the time, the job is done and you've still managed to help to rewire your brain. Find the meditation practices that work for you, and we're going to do a number throughout this session today, and see what you enjoy, what works, what's easier and what's difficult. And sometimes sitting with the practices that are a bit more difficult can be quite interesting too. And our mind is designed to think just as the eyes are designed to see. So let go of the belief that meditation equates to clearing the mind completely. Thoughts, sensations, memories, images and emotions will all float to the surface, and that's absolutely to be expected. The key is to acknowledge these without getting too wrapped up in them, trying to identify them, and just return to the attention of the anchor that you've chosen. Now, we often talk about the breath being the anchor, and that's the most common anchor in meditation. But in this meditation practice, we're going to anchor the mind on a hand mudra or gesture. And the feeling and the effect that it has on your breathing might really surprise you. So allow yourself time to just settle into the space. And ideally for this one, find a seated position that allows you to elongate your spine and sit comfortably for a few minutes. This could be cross-legged on the floor with a bolster or cushion behind you, or it might be in a chair. Just be guided by your comfort. Feel the support of the floor or the chair. And encourage the crown of your head to snake its way skyward, feeling the buoyancy, the strength of the skull. Soften all the muscles of your face. Close your eyes. Release your jaw. And loosen the tongue in your mouth. Let your shoulders drop heavily away from your ears. Spend a minute noticing how it feels to sit still, allowing any thoughts and feelings to pop up as they will. Now direct your attention to your breathing. There is no right way to breathe, and this is not thinking about the breath. This is just feeling the sensations of your breath. Let your breath be exactly as you find it. Noticing where you feel it move through your body. It could be your tummy, your sides, your back, your chest, and sometimes even up into the collarbone. Let the breath move through, filling all the internal nooks and crannies on the inhalation, and just a gentle, effortless retraction back to your centre on the exhale. Now draw your attention to the position that you've chosen for your hands. Notice how it feels for the hands to have nothing to do. Next, if you can place your palms flat down onto your thighs in a way that keeps your shoulders relaxed and allows you to soften the whole length of your arm. Get curious about the effect this hand's gesture or mudra has on your breathing. What you might notice is that it makes your exhalation a little longer, deeper, or easier. Enjoy 5 soothing breaths with the palms facing downward. imagine that they're creating a feeling of grounding and stability for you. Continue here. Next, turn your palms to face upward and allow the fingertips to curl loosely towards your palms. Notice how this hand gesture changes the sensation of your breathing. You might begin to feel that the inhalation seems lighter, longer, or easier. And just enjoy 5 smooth breaths with your palms facing upward. Experience a sense of openness and being invigorated with fresh energy, that fresh breath. And continue here. Lastly, bring the thumb and first finger of each hand to touch in what's called the chin mudra. Observe how this hand position changes your breathing. It's the typical pose that you'll often see when people are meditating. You may feel that this directs your breath into your abdomen, encouraging more diaphragmatic breathing, which is naturally calming and centering. And be here for another 5 breaths. Now return your hands to the position that resonates with you most. One that perhaps feels most comfortable and easy. And anchor your mind on the sensation of your breath. Just stay here for a few moments, and if your mind wanders elsewhere, without criticism, bring it back to your breath. The next part of this meditation practice, we're going to focus on focusing on good, looking for good. So a guy called Rick Hanson, who's a neuropsychologist, always says that negative thoughts are like Velcro. They stick fast in our brain. Good thoughts and memories, however, are like Teflon. They slip from memory just like that. And in this part of the meditation, we're going to deliberately focus on the good in our life so that we can help it to take up a larger space in our consciousness. I'm going to give you a few suggestions just to get you started, but if there's anything that you would like to add, specifically ideas from your own life, please feel free to make this practice your own. As ever, just adjust your posture, get into a comfortable position as it feels good for you. You might want to even lie down on your sofa or your bed. So let's start by remembering any good or inspiring things that you have experienced this morning so far. It might be a nice conversation you had over breakfast. It might be the fact that it's getting lighter in the morning, more daylight. It might be a song that you listened to that invigorated you this morning. If you were out for a walk, it might be a friendly hello. To begin with, just remember this morning and everything that was good and beautiful about this morning so far. Notice your body and how it feels when you have that sense of kind of positive, blissful feeling, and when you're happy and thankful. What do you notice? Where do you feel it most in your body? Where are these positive emotions most clear? Now take a little more time and think back as best you can over the last few days. Can you manage to remember at least 2 or 3 positive experiences for each day of the last week? Imagine seeing these positive images as if it was like a cinema screen or TV screen, just kind of flashing across your mind's eye. You may notice that your breath has already become calmer and deeper. You may have sunk more into the surface that you're on or to the seat position that you're in. And now if you want to cast your mind back a little bit further, whether it be over the last month or even the last year, and let these images, these positive images, just flash up as a series of snapshots. Only pausing to look at the memories that are really uplifting. And try to remind yourself of some of the detail and the vividness of these images. Immerse immerse yourself in that positive feeling. You may want to hear sounds as well, or the types of words you might have heard around thank you, or that was great, that was brilliant fun, we had such a good laugh. And this exercise can be really good to repeat regularly, focusing on the good, making it stick a little bit more. And sometimes it can be nice after this exercise and after our whole meditation practice just to write down a few notes or drawings to remind yourself of all the good things that you were focusing on. Our meditation practice to something that's called breathe, stretch and smile. So for this, I'd ask you to either sit or stand, both alert and relaxed. Breathe in deeply as you raise your arms above your head. Hold for a second, then lower and smile as you exhale. Now repeat, inhaling and stretching your arms in any direction that feels comfortable or fun. And then exhale deeply. Remembering to smile and relax. Continuing to, on the inhale, stretching in any direction you want. This time it might be your arms, might be your legs. You can get really creative with your stretches and just remember to smile. You might want to let out a gentle chuckle with the exhale if you feel that emerging, if you're doing any funny stretches there as well. Simply smiling can shift your body language, can change how others receive you, can change how you feel. It takes less energy to do that than it does to frown. Yet so often we find all the tension in our face and around our mouth, around our jaw area. So if we could just continue here to breathe, stretch and smile. So inhaling, stretching your arms or legs, and exhaling, smiling or chuckling. You can also have a bit of fun with breathing and inhale and exhale whilst pulling different faces. It might feel a bit strange. And you can use your hands to help your face contort as you inhale and exhale. Just noticing, bringing in a bit of ease. We're so often so paranoid about what other people think and about looking stupid. Sometimes it can be really good to move into that space, and it's funny how infectious a smile is, or a laugh is as well. Yawns as well are a great way to release tension and involve an intake of healthy oxygen. So we may as well enjoy the process. So next time you feel a yawn coming on, really exaggerate the movement and the sound and luxuriate in that feeling of the yawn, and finish with a smile and a big sigh on the exhale. And another exercise involving the smile is called rise and sigh. So smile, rise and sigh. So what you can do now is just stand firmly on the ground with your feet a hip's width apart and your arms down by your side. So I'll give you a moment, if you're in a different posture, just to change to that posture. And I'd like you to fix your attention on the area which is just below your belly button. And breathe slowly and imagine a smile in your stomach. Connect your energy with the smile and imagine it spreading down your legs to your toes as you carry on breathing. Visualize smiles on the soles of your feet. Breathe in and rise up on your tiptoes, bringing your arms up as high as you feel comfortable and smiling at the same time. Lower your arms and feet slowly with an audible sigh. Repeat the sigh gently as you return your arms and your feet to the starting position. And stand still here for a few moments and imagine smiles everywhere in your body. Your body has so many amazing powers that just happen automatically without us even having to think about it. Just be grateful to the body you have and remembering that intention of self-care. How can you look after your body today and into the week ahead? Just as if you're still standing, just focus on an intention that you now want to take into the day ahead. How do you want to feel? How are you going to look after yourself and also support others? Looking after yourself first. Imagining that you have to put on your own oxygen mask first to be able to help others, rather than the other way round. This is a selfless act. Just think about how you can take this intention. What would one simple step be to take it into your day? And when it feels comfortable to do so, just seal in that intention with one last deep inhale through the nose. Let that inhale go deep into your stomach, that diaphragmatic breathing. Pause, and then exhale everything out with a loud sigh through the mouth. Bring some movement into your fingers, into your toes, and just allow that smile to cast over your face, and imagine the smile just moving down your body. So a few different meditations for you today, a few different elements to this practice. Allow yourself just to come back into the awareness of the room, back into the awareness of your body, back into the awareness of your breath, into everything that you can see, touch, hear in the room around you. Hopefully you can take some of these little activities and exercises just into your day-to-day life. I always think the one with the hands either facing upwards, palms down, or in that hand mudra there. Really, really interesting, fascinating how it impacts the breath and how what so many of our activities and actions are doing to impact our breath. So many of us are breathing up here. We want to push that breath further down into the body as well. So thank you for coming along to the session today. Hopefully you found some of that useful for you. Thank you for making the time, and I look forward to seeing you at a future session. can see a few comments coming through here, so I'll just have a little look before I go. Great refresher there, Julie, that's brilliant. Thanks for coming along to the session, Mum. Thank you to everybody else. I can't see everybody's kind of names kind of coming up, but a huge thank you to everyone who's in that kind comment there. Brilliant to be with you all and to have this session as well. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day, and take that intention into the rest of your day, and I'll see you at another session soon. Take care.